Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Welcome to the first ever video on this channel. This is Nadia Valerie speaking. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about hijab, and I'm going to be basically explaining why I have decided to make a YouTube channel. The other day I was watching a video from brother Faiyad from Faiyad Fit, and that video was particularly about a sister who was unfortunately clearly on a downfall on her modesty journey. And in the end of this video, he said, I quote, "If you're a Muslim woman, made it to this far, check out other videos like this that can inspire you and empower you." So there's nothing wrong with this sentence or anything. It just inspired me, actually, and empowered me. And I thought empowering and inspiring other Muslim women shouldn't be a thing that a Muslim brother is talking about. Not that it's bad or it's wrong for a Muslim brother to talk about this, but men have their manly problems that no sister can help them. And no sister can be truly inspired or empowered by any other brother like a sister. And I wanted to just give my best and do something about this topic. Especially in the modern age, we tend to complain a lot, but we don't really do anything ourselves when we see a problem. And I don't want to be one of those people, so I just want to be part of the solution rather than the problem itself. So that is merely the reason that I started this channel. I was thinking of making a channel, but I was honestly thinking of making it later. But yeah, I pray that this reaches to a sister who is in need of hearing these. So I'll get to the actual topic of this video. So in this video, in this first ever video of this channel, I'm going to be talking about hijab, and it's going to involve some criticism, and then I'm going to share my tips and tricks as a hijabi who is now wearing hijab for almost 1.5 years. So as we know, hijab is a command, a fard command from our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it has some conditions. So basically, if you're a hijabi, you're supposed to not wear anything translucent, not wear anything that reveals your shape of your body, and not wear anything that reveals any skin other than your face and your hand, and also on top of your feet, but I guess just some part of it. You can check the further detail on it. I'm not a scholar, but basically it shouldn't be translucent, it shouldn't be something that reveals your figure, and it should not reveal any ankles. Nowadays we see a lot of people not really doing these things, but still walking around as hijabis. Everybody is on their journey, I get this, yes, but it's not that hard. It's truly not that hard. You don't have to first be a hijabi who reveals her neck and then go into the phase where you don't reveal your neck. You can just start by not revealing any skin, and start by just properly wearing it. It's just a trick of shaitan that just adding extra procedures into this. It's not that hard. I know it's hard, but it's not that hard when you understand the concepts of hijab and why you actually do it, and what happens when you actually truly do it for the sake of Allah. So I started wearing hijab 23 June 2023. It was right after my 18th birthday, and until that time in the high school, I was a non-hijabi. I was a cool girl, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be wearing anything too revealing or anything, but I wasn't covering my hair after all, so I wouldn't consider myself too modest. And before starting college, I basically started wearing the hijab, and alhamdulillah, since then I'm a hijabi. And along the way, I have improved, I have learned some things, and I want to share them with you guys because another thing that we tend to do in these modern times is that we criticize, we say, and we point out the problem, but we don't really do anything to become a part of the solution. And I just don't want to do that, and I'm going to be sharing some things that I find useful in terms of modesty. This can apply to both Muslim women and also for non Muslim women. It can be Christians, non religious women who are just trying to be more modest. So I'm going to start by pointing out the most common problems that I see with sisters who are struggling with their modesty. So the number one thing that I see is sisters not covering their necks. And look, so some clothes don't have a high neck, and sometimes you have to provide that neck coverage yourself by adding extra clothing. This can be turtleneck bodies, or there's separate collars on their own that you can just wear that are not too heavy. They're not going to make you sweat so much, especially if it's 35 degrees outside. And of course, you don't want to wear a turtleneck body. So, yeah, there are solutions if you look for them. So, number one, the neck coverage. And there are also certain undercaps that can be found that also provide neck coverage, which I use. And by the way, I'm going to be showing you the items that I own that I actually use for extra modesty and that I think would help. And I could actually even add links for these things that I'm talking about. And also doing your hijab in a way that is not going to reveal your neck. Whereas nowadays, subhanAllah, I see sisters doing the quite opposite of this, just trying to reveal their necks, doing the hijab in a certain way that is going to make their neck seen, which is just not the point. Another thing that I see very commonly is not covering ankles. So ankles must be covered, okay? Like, it's not something that we can argue upon. And it's not the hardest thing to do. It's just about choosing the right clothing. If you're wearing pants, just make sure that you wear long socks. Just don't wear ankle socks. When you're going to wear a sneaker, just wear a long sock instead of an ankle sock that is going to reveal your ankle. And another thing that causes people's ankles to be shown is the wrong choice of outfit, especially dresses and skirts. So here's the thing. Some companies don't care about women's heights and their differences in heights, and they just produce the same length clothing. For instance, I'm a tall woman, I'm 5'9", and it's the hardest thing for me to find actually long dresses and skirts that are going to cover my ankles. But it's still possible because there are, thank God, still some brands who, produce long skirts and dresses. And I myself, when I'm shopping, I check the lengths of the outfits, the clothing that I'm buying. So I would just say check the details of the clothing that you're buying. This is a simple thing to do, but it's just not something that people really pay close attention to. And subhanallah, like, they just don't make modest dresses, even on modest brands and their websites. And just you cannot find actual modest clothing, which is so sad, and it just requires us to be more careful. And another thing that I see very much is revealing the shape of one's body. So this can happen either through using belts over dresses, tucking shirts in your skirt or in your pants, or it can also happen through directly wearing tight clothing. So this has a very easy solution, I would say. Just avoid belts, tucking clothing, and wearing tight items. And this is pretty much it for the look, for like the appearance of the whole thing. And there are also some other little details which I'm going to be talking about, and I'm going to be sharing some more tips, you could say. Makeup. Okay, so this is a big topic. So, I don't know why, but when a brother points this out in the Ummah, he says, like sisters don't wear makeup, all the sisters come to him like, oh no, you don't know anything about this. No, I mean, don't wear makeup. You are attracting male attention, male gaze, and you're doing it for the male gaze. And that is the opposite of the whole point of modesty. Just don't do it. And it just destroys everything about the rest of your outfit, that we as hijabi girls put effort in for our outfit to seem modest. You could be wearing the longest abaya in the world, the loosest, but if you wear makeup with like fake lashes and I don't know, an eyeliner or something, it's just going to destroy the whole look of your modesty, and it's not going to mean anything. And just don't do it. And here's the thing, as a married woman, I can say that just like men find women more attractive when they don't wear any makeup. And again, like, I'm not saying don't wear makeup because men find you more attractive without makeup, but like, like there's just no point of wearing makeup, and plus you're destroying your whole skin, and it's quite a time-consuming thing. It's just not good in any ways, and I know it's hard to let go of it, especially if you have been doing it for a long time. But start maybe small, but just start somewhere with letting go of the makeup in your modesty journey. And more you go out without wearing any makeup, more you will be comfortable just in your own skin, and I'm sure you will feel more confident and overall more comfortable if you have a clearer skin. Which takes me to my point that try to achieve having a clear skin rather than searching for makeup items. Avoid any junk food, avoid any processed food, and just try to make sure that you're aware and conscious of what you put into your body, because you are what you eat. And yep. Another thing, oh god, please do not have long nails. Do not wear nail polish, or just please don't have any acrylic nails. Like, it's just terrible. Okay, like, please, especially as a hijabi, please, I beg you, please don't have them on. What's really worst about acrylic nails, I think, is death can come anytime. People who wash your body when you die, they cannot take off the nail polish nor the acrylic nails. And so basically the last wudu that is supposed to be done before you're buried is not valid, almost. So we should just be very careful about these things, and we should always be aware that death can come to us anytime. And it also just attracts so many attention, tabarruj, and it just doesn't look nice. Like, just like makeup, if you're wearing nails, you could be wearing the nicest abaya in the world, doesn't matter, it still destroys the whole modest look. Another thing I'm gonna say is oh god, is the bun situation of the hijabi sisters. So some sisters tend to make their buns bigger, and they tend to make it higher and I'll probably just show it in the video how it looks, but it just doesn't look nice, and that is not the way of doing it. Actually, like, comparing it with the way that we're supposed to do it, just try to make sure that you make a small bun, a very small, low bun, as much as you can, so that it just looks more modest, and overall it's just better, because I believe there's also a hadith about women wearing high buns and stuff like that. So inshallah, we should be also careful about that. I would also just say get trench coats and kimonos. They really help with any outfit, and they just make things seem very modest. And yeah, for the tips, lastly, I'm just gonna say also avoid earrings, please, for God's sake. Like, your ear has to be covered, and just don't wear an earring and don't show it. And yeah, overall, I think if we make an effort that we don't wear any bright colors or any bold designs or anything like that, I think it's just going to be better for us, inshallah. And these things come as you understand the reason for modesty, why we cover. This is the most important point. Number one reason we as Muslim women cover is because it's a command of our Lord Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We follow anything He says, and that is the number one reason that we cover, and we should not forget this. Oh God. I'm recording this outside, and there's a bird. Anyways, another reason is, I think any women will relate to this. Rather than wearing something that attracts male gaze and something tight, uncomfortable, wearing loose clothing that is just more modest is always better, makes you feel more comfortable and confident in your own skin. One of the reasons why Allah has commanded modesty is because it's so sort of a protection for women from the male gaze. And look, like, not all men are going to look at you with good intentions or stuff like that. Like, you don't want random men thirsting over you when you go outside with that lovely outfit of yours that you think you look really cute in. Yes, you do. I mean, women are beautiful. Like, we're beautiful, okay? It's just the way that we're built. And just go and look in the nature. Anything beautiful, anything gorgeous, anything valued is protected. You know, the example of the pearl is used very much, and it's just true. You are the pearl, my sister. So make sure that you're covered, protected. Just make sure that you're following the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He knows the best for us, and He truly is the wisest. These are all the tips that I had to share. I'm not here to criticize or make any bad comments about anyone. Everybody is seriously on their own journeys. Nobody knows what's going to happen next day. Guidance is in the hands of Allah. Nobody can be guided unless He wishes to. If I am guided, it's not because I am so wise and smart and whatever. It's because Allah has wished it upon me. And it's not guaranteed that I don't astray the next day. May God protect me from that. But this goes for all of us, and I hope that we're more aware. And I really felt the need of making this video, and I just hope that it reaches to people who are in need of this. I didn't start this channel for views, for clout, for anything like that. I'm not even showing my face. Nobody's going to know who I actually am. But I am just trying to be here and be responsible as a sister of yours in the Ummah, in Islam, and try to help you as much as I can. I really hope that this video finds you, especially if you're in need of this, in need of hearing this. Modesty is a journey. Modesty is a journey that is not so easy, but it's a very beautiful journey. And once you're in it, you're going to understand it yourself more. If you are struggling with it, I would say go to your heart and try to understand why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded this on you. Allah doesn't try to make things hard for us. In the quite contrary, He's always wishing the easiest things for us to be able to do it in His commands as well. Islam is the religion of ease, peace. I'm going to end this video right here, right now. I don't know where this YouTube journey is going to take me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I just spoke the words that I felt that I needed to. And like I said, I hope you'll like this. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments section. And you can also add any tips and tricks and hacks that you have found maybe in your own modesty journey. And yeah, inshallah, see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.